Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another epic Medieval Kingdoms 12-12 online battle. Today we are playing a 2v2 with Pixelated Apollo being my ally, my friend in arms, ready to go ahead and defeat these hill campers. So me and him decided to jump into a battle, just a multiplayer lobby to get some replays and play against you guys. And these two guys decided, instantly to jump on this hill, which is obviously no fault against them. They want to win the battle, so they decided to jump on this hill. Me and Apollo could have decided to then jump upon this hill, which we had on our side, but we did not. I'm kind of glad that they didn't have that hill on their side. But yeah, they decided to take this hill on, so it's a bit of an underhanded tactic taking a hill camp when we're all just trying to have a friendly battle. But I understand, but I rate that. They want to win the battle. But because of that, me and Apollo were like, look, we have to win this, we have to take this seriously, and we have to crush these people. So this is kind of a bit of a tutorial of how to destroy these hill campers, and also, it's a really fun battle. So I'm playing as the Holy Roman Empire, who again, looks spectacular. Very, very nice. One of the new factions they've recently added. Apollo is playing as Saxony, which I believe got added as well. Again, some really, really cool looking units. Then up against us, we have the second Tsardom of Bulgaria. One of my favourite factions in the mod. And then his ally over here on this left flank is playing as the Teutonic Order. So it's two pretty hefty factions. Some, the second Bulgarian Tsardom have some really, really interesting units for sure. So let's run through the army comments quick. If you want to skip this and jump straight to the battle, then you can do so by clicking the annotation in your screen. So we'll start off with my Holy Roman Empire. On front of these, I have some sergeants. I wanted to use these guys as a meat shield because I don't have any. Well, actually go ahead and stick it on the slow-mo as well, just so we don't miss any action. Yeah, I wanted to have these guys as a meat shield because I didn't bring any missiles whatsoever. I went for heavy infantry. I wanted to get up in their face and just crush them. So I didn't bring any missiles, and because of that, I kind of wanted these guys to act as a meat shield. Then behind that, I have two more units of sergeants. I think these guys are a bit stronger. Yeah, they're early period. These guys are high period. So, they're a little bit more heavily armored, some better weapons. I think better helmets as well. Yeah, better helmets. So, just a little bit better. Can definitely hold their own. Then behind that, I have four units of the sergeants late. These guys are heavily armored troops. One of my best infantry units, and can really just go to town on anything they come up against. Then behind that, I have probably one of my favourite units for the Holy Roman Empire is the Men-at-Arms. They look absolutely sick. The t-shirts look a bit gimmicky, like they've just gone down to their charity shop and got like a normal plain white tee or something, They look a bit weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I mean, maybe they'll change it. I hope they do, because I personally think that's just makes them look a bit silly, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, I have two units of these Men-at-Arms, and they're just such a sick unit with their huge swords. I love the armor as well. The armor and the gauntlets and stuff looks so sick. Then I have my general over here. This is Emperor's Guard early. So, one of my weaker generals, but look how awesome the Emperor looks. Very holy and very Roman. Then for my cavalry force, I have 4 units of these Imperial Knights in the late period, and they look sick. Look at the horse armor. Very, very cool. Again, I think the t-shirts look kind of a bit silly, but apart from that, they look amazing, especially on the charge. And then finally, I have 2 units of these spear sergeants just to support my cavalry and help out. We look at Apollo's army quickly as Saxony. He has some Saxon knights right here, advancing forward. Again, I love the armor, the overcoats on the horses. It actually looks really nice. Really, really nice. I love these Saxon knights. Look amazing. Then on his front line, he has a bunch of units of sergeants in the high period. Behind that, he has more of his meaty infantry, the Men-at-Arms for Saxony. Again, very similar to mine, just souped up. He has his general back here, just the Duke of Saxony. Some more cavalry. Then he has some halberds. Oh no, these are just more Men-at-Arms. Some more sergeants there. Then finally, he has some spearmen. We're currently being under missile fire and stuff, but we can quickly run through these guys' army real quickly and then jump into a battle. So don't worry, you guys aren't missing anything important. Just some harassing going on. So the Teutonic Order has 4 units of these crossbowmen. Behind that, he has 2 units of the Teutonic Pikes. Then behind that, he has a couple units of the Teutonic Men-at-Arms. Again, these guys look sick. Just like the Men-at-Arms. They don't actually have as many swords as the other units. They're all just these halberds units, but they still look good. Then he has a unit of spear sergeants. Some two units of Teutonic Knights over here, the Rudebruder, ready to do combat with the Saxon Knights. 2 units of catapults. Then the Bavarian player has 4 units of these heavy infantry. 2 units of these Bulgarian hook pikes. Yeah, hooked spearmen, which are basically pikemen. 4 units of heavy archers. 2 units of crossbowmen, or 2 units of horse archers harassing me. 2 units of Bulgarian heavy spears. Then he has 4 units of these boyar knights, which I believe they've kind of lifted the limit. Well, they must have lifted the limit in this patch that you can actually bring as many of these boyar knights as possible, which is going to make Bulgaria a stronger faction. Then they have both their generals back here, the Bulgarian Tsar, and then the Teutonic leader back then. And obviously they have 3 catapults in total. So a pretty dirty formation by them. So what me and Apollo are planning to do is immediately, like, when you come up against a hill camper, never attack them straight on, because they have pikes guarding their front line. You can see here, look, they have pikes guarding up the hill, and then same down their entire battle line. So our plan really is just to kind of go around the side. I'm going to march up this hill, which you can see is exactly what I'm doing, and Apollo's going to march up the other side and kind of just go, you know, like, head on, like, in a less flat ground. You know, it's not as hard coming up this area than it is, say, coming up, you know, the steep part of the hill. His archers are going to be volleying, wasting some of their ammunition, and this Bulgarian player is going to be doing a really smart move and see that these swordsmen are in loose formation, they're under missile fire, and, you know, they're not really going to be doing too well. So he's going to use a unit of his boyars and immediately get an epic charge and just absolutely tear through that unit. You know, this unit was really cheap, so I don't mind losing it, but I could have supported it better, for sure. However, I'm going to see this, and I'm going to dispatch 1 unit of my Imperial Knights to go deal with this unit, because whilst they're kind of caught up fighting that unit out of position, I'm going to try and seize this to catch off one of his cavalry units, and I'm going to send a unit of my Imperial Knights to deal with that. Whilst this is going on, he is still harassing me with his horse archers, but they're not really finding any of their arrows, so that's fine with me. And again, you can just see my entire army moving up this left side of the hill. I don't want to attack straight on. It will be a suicide mission if I do. So I'm going to continue just to completely move my army around. And we can see a first small engagement over here. Catching a few of his boyars. Going to be cutting them down as we catch them. You know, just killing a few of these guys as we surround them, smacking them with our maces. They don't really stand too much of a chance, you know, getting smacked off. And we can continue the chase on the rest of his units. And you can see my army is completely moving around right now. And you can see Apollo's off in the distance as well. Again, he is just kind of going around the side. The Teutonic Order player is trying to form some sort of box with the use of his catapults. Again, this is something I did a bit poorly. You know, these catapult hits, I'm kind of clumping my men up in a pretty ridiculous formation. And look how many kills that catapult hit got. If I was spread out a lot more, then maybe I could have done a bit more effective fires. But yeah, as you can see, if we just pause the battle straight away, you can see I am attacking on a less steeper part of the hill. You know, it's not going to be hurting me as much as it is now. And he has kind of failed to move his pikes around the corner. So I'm just going to abuse this and kind of just keep on throwing my infantry around. As well as that, I finally caught a unit of his horse archers right here. So we're going to be cutting these guys down with brute force. You know, the horse archers are always annoying. So whenever you can catch them and kill them, it's always feeling good. You can see I'm dispatching another unit of these awesome looking Holy Roman Empire Imperial Knights. You know, as I said, the only thing which I kind of dislike about these guys is their weird looking t-shirts. But, you know, maybe that's what they wore in real life, you know. So let's go ahead and get back on board. We'll unpause this and watch this charge up the hill. The first melee engagement as the arrows are there. We have the Bulgarian men holding the line. I love the way they charge in and hit into the shields. I think it's really, really cool. The Bulgarian player is going to be reforming his line. Another huge hit. Oh my god, that catapult hit just killed so many of their own men. Amazing. That's exactly what we need when they're defending the hill. So we're going to be reforming up here. You know, again, let's just take a pause as well and just watch this hill. You know, just the sheer mass of it. Like the battle's going on. Apollo is going heavily on this square soon, and I'm just pushing in all my heavy infantry as these catapults are finding some huge hits, killing both my men and his men. So I'm kind of not so much complaining, you know. It's doing some damage to him, but also some damage to me. The cavalry engagements are about to kick off right now as we just finished off the horse archers. You can see here, my Imperial Knights are going to go in and try and cut these guys off from going and attacking. I also have my spearmen up against him along with some more Imperial Knights. And then I'm also reinforcing them with another unit of sergeants, which are going to be getting in. So now the envelopment is starting to happen. I've got my Imperial Knights going up against them. or my Imperial High Sergeants, I think they're called, against the heavy infantry. I'm expecting my soldiers to do a perfect job. And again, all I want to do is kind of just hold them in place here. Going to be throwing in my men-at-arms as well, who just get burnt alive. Look how many of them getting killed. I was in such a dense formation, or don't understand why I did this. So many of my men are dying now, just so pointlessly. So I'm going to reform these guys up and try and get them through the hole, and also just throw through all this infantry, you know. Engage some more of the Bulgarian heavy infantry here. Archer fire is causing us a bit of an issue, but you know, gaps are starting to appear. So yeah, as you can see, I'm moving my infantry around. We've got the men-at-arms coming in, just smacking into the back of the Bulgarian heavy infantry, and they are going to go to town. Look at that, already slicing off 2 heads, going off immediately. Absolutely amazing. These guys just do give no mercy whatsoever. And you can see I've thrown some infantry back here, soon to fight. The cavalry fight is going on and is heated, but I think with the support of my spearmen, this battle has to go in my favor right now, which is going to free up so many of my Imperial Knights. You can see I'm actually already chasing down some of his archers with a free unit of Imperial Knights. They're going to go in and just cut through these Bulgarian heavy archers and really start taking them out. I've managed to envelop the Bulgarian player up on this side of the hill. My general is having to go into combat. My men-at-arms are just chasing, giving chase, cutting down all the routing troops, as I'm starting to break the Bulgarian player's infantry. I just had too many men coming around the flanks surrounding him, because the Bulgarian infantry is very, very good, as you guys can see right now. They're just going at it. Yeah, the Bulgarian infantry is very strong. However, I'm just using my superior men-at-arms to kind of aid battle and getting around the flanks, surrounding them, not giving them any quarter, and that's really turning in my favor. As well as that, we also have the Imperial Knights definitely paying dividends. You can see I finally managed to win this cavalry engagement, freeing up my entire cavalry force, along with my Emperor, who is fighting alongside his men like the brave man he is. So I'm going to go and just surround this this Bulgarian general, rout the general, win the battle is my plan. And they're going to come charging into the back of this general unit. Now they are completely surrounded. You can see the catapults going off. Pixie is kind of struggling against the Teutonic player. He did get a lot of the catapult fire on him, and he is struggling a little bit because of it. However, I am kind of winning pretty convincingly, and because of that, Apollo can kind of take these risks. You can see the cavalry fight has been completely won by me. I've got cavalry being thrown in against his general. I've got my general chasing down some of these horse archers. Should hopefully get an amazing charge here. Oh, they just managed to get out. We catch a few, but not as many as I would like, as the horse archers run away like the cowards they are. The men-at-arms are again in against the archers and the hook pikes. Let's just stay here for a little bit. Let's stay here and just watch the men-at-arms do work, because that's what they'll do. I'm expecting them just to cut down every single soldier you see on screen. Oh, that guy's head sliced off, clean off, or his neck has been slit. Brutal. And you can see they can just run down it now. The Bulgarian king is somewhere in here, or Bulgarian Tsar is somewhere in here, but I doubt he'll survive much longer. Artillery still going out on Apollo, which is just brutal. I feel sorry for him. But finally, we do manage to slay them. Our knights can move on to support our brethren in Apollo. You can see the Saxon knights coming in and cleaning up the rest of his artillery, finally silencing it. Apollo has got these. And the Saxon knights look amazing. Look at them. Really colourful. I love the cloaks on the... Well, not the cloaks. I don't know what they're actually called. But the extra armour, I guess it's probably made of leather or something. The extra dressage on the horses. It makes them look really, really cool. So the Teutonic player is going to be forming a last stand right now, and me and Apollo are not going to be having any of it. We're going to be throwing our knights into combat as the rest of my infantry just starts to pour in. One of the Bulgarian heavy infantry units is actually still holding on as well, which is pretty hilarious how they're still just, you know, standing, even though the entire army is going. You can see my army just running across the map right now. The Imperial Knights reforming across the hill, and we're going to get a brilliant charge down. If we look down here, Apollo's infantry is struggling right now to contend with the Teutonic Order. But again, he was under so much pressure from the catapults. You know, he really did take the brunt. And because of that, my infantry could do as well as they did. The Teutonic pikemen are trying to reform as best they can. The Saxony knights are cutting down these pikemen or halberdiers, allowing me now just to get my knights. You can see the Imperial knights coming over the hill. And we're going to be joining the battle right now. as again Apollo is just crashing into this halberdier line. Beautiful, that's exactly what we like to see. These pikemen are going to be a bit of an issue, but as long as we just ignore them, there's nothing to worry about. And we have my entire infantry line marching. Even though they are exhausted, they are coming nonetheless. And we're just going to be using our power to run forward and push onto the Teutonic Order general back here. And onto the crossbowmen to silence them. We do still have some Saxony men-at-arms going at it with the men-at-arms of the Teutonic Order. But with the added support of the extra cavalry coming in, I think they will be no match. Again, but just the sheer amount of heavy cavalry we had really helped us out. However, the battle is not over. I need to be careful as well. My general is just next to some pikes as well. He's going to charge in along with some more Imperial Knights. Beautiful. That is exactly what we like to see. The Imperial Knights just running down anyone in their path. My infantry are forming up on the hill now, just watching the destruction, ready to get involved when the Emperor gives the order. Looks amazing. We're going to be charging in very, very soon. Actually, I guess the order has been given, and if we just get another little zoom in sight right here, it's just a full-on brawl right now as our men run into combat to support their Emperor. The Knights can probably win this on their own, if I'm honest right now. The Knights are just having a field day cutting down anyone they see. The Teutonic Order doesn't really have too many men left there. There's like a few decent units, but as soon as my infantry pour in, that's going to be it for them. And that's kind of how you defeat a hill camper, really, is you don't go up central to the hill. You kind of go to the flanks, find flatter ground, and force the engagement on your terms instead of theirs. You know, because they're camping. They're not going to move from this position, so you kind of use that to your advantage. You can just outmaneuver them because they're going to stick on that hill no matter what. So, you know, the rest of the map is yours to move around, so just remember that. And now finally we can watch these Teutonic Knights fight the Holy Roman Empire. And fighting with their allies of Saxony. Their general will be being slain soon. We just have so much cavalry in here. My infantry have finally turned up. Just an absolutely brutal engagement. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment and let me know if you want what factions you want to see next in Medieval Kingdoms 1212. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning, but don't worry, I'm going to be doing the next Reclaiming Kingdom of Heaven video soon. Probably next week at some point. That will be coming for 100%. You guys gave so much love to the previous video, but I have to do it for sure. So don't worry, that video is coming your way. It's just going to kind of take a little while for me and Apollo to get together and do it. So if we look at the stats quickly, you can see my men-at-arms, 339 kills, 213 kills. They were so good. The Imperial Knights, 280 kills, 200, over 100 on these guys. My infantry doing so well. You know, getting them outflanks really just helped my infantry do well. And then the Imperial Knights were just a beast in combat. I managed to overwhelm the Bulgarian cavalry just because I had sheer numbers, with the added support of my spears as well, which really helped turn the tide for them. If we look at Pixie's army, his knights again doing really well. 237 kills on both of these units. His men-at-arms doing a pretty good job as well, getting over 100 kills, 133 kills on this one, so pretty nice. We look at the enemy forces, some of the boyars doing pretty good, but you know, kind of just him getting outflanked and stuff really hurt his infantry, in my opinion. And then finally, the Teutonic Order, you know, his crossbows doing pretty good, and the catapults not really paying for themselves, really. How did this guy's catapult? Yeah, again, this guy's catapult didn't do too well either, which is interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment on the video, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.